Hi ladies, good evening. So is it the first one of the weight loss series? I actually don't know anymore. I think I already talked about weight loss last time. Anyways, today, so basically, as I said, we'll be talking about weight loss the whole month of March, and actually there's so many reasons for weight gain and preventing us to lose weight that and not if don't want to talk like an hour every Wednesday. Basically, it was spread over into April. And just to let you know, I made a little mistake, or basically, I overestimated myself next week. Actually, on Wednesday evening, I'll be holding a workshop in The Hague on skin conditions, and and so obviously I won't be able to do this at the same time. So I will but I will post that next week. I will do the live on Tuesday evening instead. All right, but let's talk about the metabolism and muscle mass effect on weight gain or weight loss. So what happens, or what we're always told, is that when we age, our metabolism goes down naturally. And it's true, that's what's happening if we don't actually preserve our muscle mass. So there's actually many studies who have found that people who are exercising regularly and who who are preventing their muscle mass, that their metabolism actually doesn't go down. So this is definitely something that it's not one thing. Basically, when we keep up our metabolism, it's with exercise that we can do that. So we're preserving our muscle mass when we work out our muscles, and that's why I always pray weight-bearing exercise in perimenopause, because it actually has the two advantages that it helps us build our muscle mass. And I've actually done an interview with personal trainers already in the past. So, I'm not talking about you becoming a bodybuilder or, this really bulky and muscle. I mean, look at me. I'm also not like this, but I'm I wouldn't say that I'm muscly, but my arms are toned, and but I'm not like big, or I have these huge arms or legs. And yes, I mean, they're muscly maybe a little bit, but I mean, you don't have to look like that, right? You can work with weights, you can do muscle bearing exercise without having to look bulky, and I actually dare you to try, because it will actually be really hard to get that way. So, that's one of the advantages. When we build the muscle mass, we're actually burning calories while doing nothing, because our muscles are, they're keeping up our metabolism, so they help us actually burn fat while, sitting and working. But then, of course, we just need to make sure that we, get that regular movement. And actually, every 3 hours that we are not exercising or eating protein, we're losing muscle mass. So, those two are really important in perimenopause, or, after 40, really, after in perimenopause, and also after that, is eating enough protein, because that's what will preserve our muscle mass, and it will help us build more muscle mass. So really, we need to eat a lot of protein, and the older we get, the more protein we need to eat. So it's actually, really hard for some women, because most of them actually don't, have less appetite for eating meat or things like that. And you don't need to be eating meat. You can eat fish and eggs and chicken and poultry, and you work with protein powders. You can also eat, if you tolerate them, beans and legumes. So, there's many different ways of, getting in more protein. I've done videos about this in the past, so I'm just looking what you can't see actually. I'm just looking at my collagen powder. So for me, that's also a really great way to to pimp up your protein. And it's it's a powder, so it's really easy to digest. And you could even consume it in water, so you don't need to be hungry or eating a meal, and it will just help you to pimp up your protein. So eat your protein it will help, not only building up your muscle mass and keeping up your metabolism that way, but it will also help your immune function, and really you're just aging better, and you're not becoming that kind of frail or becoming frailer as you age. So that's one thing. And then, as I said, the second one is the exercise. So, you don't need to become that, world athlete, and I always say to people, start where you're at, don't make this overwhelming for you, or, if you're not exercising at all, then, you just start with one thing every day that you do. Maybe in the morning you will get up and do a plank exercise, and if you can only do maybe a couple of seconds, then you do that, and then the more you basically build up on that, then you may be able to do 1 minute, and then you may be able to do 2 times 1 minute and 3 times 1 minute, and so you build up on that. And as I said, I've recently actually done an interview with Matt and Sai, who are actually together with me I'm an expert in the Perimenopause Hub, and they are also expert, and they are personal trainers. So I did an interview with them, and they have actually designed a program called 20-Minute Strength. And so they've let me access it to try it, and I've really liked it a lot. So it's a 20-minute workout. So 4 workouts per week over 12 weeks that you can follow at a one-time purchase, which I found to be really reasonable, to be honest. And what I really liked about the program is that it's, easy for somebody to start, but also, basically they show you variations so that, people at all levels are able to follow this. You don't need any material. You can just, do it online wherever you are. And it's really well explained, and, the pace is good. You can follow it, and it's also not too boring. So I found that, what you could also just go on YouTube and find some videos, or, find a fitness pal, if you need somebody to help hold you accountable. So there's many ways. And as I said, always start where you're at, and don't say like, you don't have to go from 0 to 300. When you're at 0, then, you start there and you go to 0.5 and to 1 and to 2 and 3, etc. And you build up slowly. And so you basically start at your pace and you build up slowly, to not to overwhelm yourself. But the advantage also of the weight-bearing exercise is that it doesn't put too much stress on your body, because that's what many women are actually seeing. They gain weight in perimenopause, and then they actually eat less and work out harder, because that's what used to work, right? We cut out some calories and we put in an extra session at the gym, and then the weight would come off. But actually in perimenopause, this doesn't work anymore, because we already have that baseline of cortisol levels that is higher than it used to be. And so adding more exercise to that, and especially doing cardio workouts in the morning, is like, the worst thing that you can do, because you're just, really pushing that cortisol level up. And it's not doing you any good. It's not good for your energy. It's not good for your mood. You're just being crappy and irritable. And it impacts your blood sugar, and it really actually prevents you from losing weight. So, doing something that's actually softer, softer aerobic exercise, as long as it doesn't feel too stressful. It could be some gentle running, or it could be just walking, power walking or hiking, or, it could be many different things that help you, keep your heart also moving for sure, but not without like pushing it too much. So I think that's actually everything that I wanted to say about metabolism. So to summarize, no, your metabolism doesn't slow down with age if you're working against it. So regular exercise can definitely prevent your metabolism from going down. And also you need to eat enough protein so that you preserve your muscle mass. So these really, the protein and the exercise are the two aspects that will really keep your metabolism up and, you know, make sure that you continue to burn calories. And, you know, so this is one of the keys to weight gain and weight loss in perimenopause. And then next week I will talk about the blood sugar, and, you know, we'll talk a little bit more about cortisol and blood sugar, and, you know, basically the right foods to eat in the morning and in the evening to, and also maybe anti-inflammatory foods or inflammatory foods that you can be avoiding that could, you know, impact inflammation and therefore prevent weight loss. All right, so as I said, I'll keep these short and sweet, and I see we have 2 ladies live, so I don't know if you have any questions. You know, this is your chance to raise your hand, say hi, or pop in a question if you have. Otherwise, I will just, you know, this will be in the group, and, you know, as always, if you have any questions to what I've been talking about, if you have any, you know, remarks or anything, just, you know, just basically be active in the thread or in the group, and I'll be sure I'll get to your comments either still this evening or tomorrow. And I'll let you get back to your evening and wish you a lovely end of the week. And I will talk to you next week on Tuesday. As I said, not on Wednesday, but I will also post that again in the group. And then the other sessions will be on Wednesdays as usual. But next week I'll have to work around that, unfortunately. All right, so I'll let you get back to your evening and talk to you next week. Bye-bye.